Okay, so let's continue with exercise 4B in this same chapter. So probability. So I think I already did one question. So let's continue. Okay, so question number 4. They say the probability that a child in a school has blue eyes is 0.27 and the probability that the child has black hair is 0.35. The probability that the child will have black hair or blue eyes or both. Guys, can you see it's the connector and they're using the word or. Okay, is 0.45. A child is chosen at random from the school. Find the probability that the child has black hair and blue eyes, black hair but not blue eyes, and neither feature. Okay, so the hint is they're telling you draw a Venn diagram to help you. Okay, so let's draw a Venn diagram. So in your Venn diagram, what are the sets? I think you can see it there. We are going to describe two types of sets here. Okay, so in our Venn diagram, we are going to discuss two types of sets here. So we are going to talk about what there are two, they are describing two features here: blue eyes and black hair. Okay, so we'll draw two circles representing that. So one circle is going to be about blue eyes. The other one is going to be about black hair. So we'll name this. This is blue eyes. And this is black hair. Okay, so when it comes to probability, children, remember total probability is equal to 1. Okay, so I think you recall that the total probability is always equal to 1. Okay, so basically they are saying here, now this is the probability that the child has blue eyes is 0.27. So where do I mark 0.27? When they say the child has blue eyes, the probability is 0.27. Are you going to mark 0.27 over here? Is that correct? So I think you need to remember this is if you mark 0.27 like this is completely wrong, completely wrong. Okay, because when they said the child has blue eyes, it means the entire blue eye circle, which means this entire circle should have the probability 0.27. It's not just this part, but also the other part, because you can see this circle has two sections. So both of these two sections added together only should give you the probability 0.27. So in this case, you can mark it at the top of the circle. So at the top of the circle means you I mean when you're marking it at the top, it means it refers that you are taking both of these sections. Okay. Okay. So then the next one, and the probability the child has black hair is 0.35. So black hair is this full circle. So this full circle, it includes two sections. So both of those sections, when you add it together, the answer is 0.35. Okay, so black hair is 0.35. Okay. The probability that the child will have black hair or blue eyes or both. Okay, now this is important. Is 0.45. How do we mark that? Okay, let me just mark individual probabilities inside each region. So I will say this part of the circle has probability A, the middle intersection has probability B, outside has probability C, and outside of both of the circles, I'll say probability D, just A, B, C, D, just to identify regions. Okay, so that we can understand. Okay, now 0.45. How do you think the 0.45 should be marked here? So guys, over here, this 0.45, okay, so it's going to be belonging to the regions with probabilities A, B, and C. Because they say now the probability that the child will have black hair or blue eyes or both. So black hair is also fine. Blue eyes is also fine. Having both is also fine because it's an or. Or operator means we are okay with any of these features. So all of the regions which includes the features will come. So blue eyes, I think you can see in region A, I think you can see region A pinpoints to the part where you have only blue eyes. Can you guys see? Because the people in region A don't have black hair. But people in region B have both blue eyes and black hair. Can you see? It's the intersection of the circle. So this includes people with both the features. But the people in region C, you can see belongs to the black hair circle, but they're outside the blue eyes. So therefore, the people in region C has only black hair. They don't have blue eyes. And if you take the people in region D, they have neither of the two features. They don't have black hair. They don't have blue eyes. Okay, so their features are different. All right, so basically 0.45 is going to be the addition of the probabilities A, B, C. Can you guys see? So A, B, C, the addition of the three probabilities should be 0.45. Okay, now the problem is we need to get the individual values of A, B, C, D. Okay, I need to get the individual probabilities of A, B, C, D. So how do I get the individual probabilities of A, B, C, D? So what we can do here is, okay, so what we can do here is, okay, so what I'll do here is, you could obviously you could use the addition formula, or else you could just go with your head. Okay, basically like this. I think you can see if I add A and B, guys, can you see the addition of A and B region is 0.27? Can you guys see this? If I add these two probabilities, it's 0.27. Do you agree with me? A plus B is 0.27. So you could say A plus B is 0.27 plus C is 0.45, right? And then you can get the C value as 0.45 minus 0.27. Can you guys see? 0.45 minus 0.27 is? That's 0.18, right? So C region is 0.18. Actually, what you can do here is I'll show you two methods. Okay, this is like one basic way of doing. Okay, where you use this and you put the A plus B. Even if you want, you could have even used B plus C is 0.35, but you can't use both. Okay, either you can go with A plus B 0.27, or you can say B plus C is 0.35. A plus 0.35. Okay, equal 0.45. That's one way. I mean, you can do one of the two ways. So after you find C, either you can see you can now easily find B and you can easily find A. Okay, that's one way. I will also show you how to do it from the addition formula. Okay, so there's the probability addition formula also. I will show that to you. Okay, let's first finish this method. So if C is 0.18, how do you get the B value? I think you know B plus C is 0.35. Guys, do you agree? B plus C is 0.35. Agreed? So B plus C is 0.18 equals 0.35. B equals 0.35 minus 0.18. So which gives me 0.17. Great. So this probability is 0.17. And then I can now easily get the A value. A is, A plus B is 0.27, right? Guys, so these two add up to give you 0.27. A plus B is 0.17 equals 0.27. A equals 0.27 minus 0.17. So 0.27 minus 0.17, that gives me A as 0.1. Guys, can you see? So it's 0.1, and you can also get the D value. So D value is when you add everything. You know the probability is when you add A, B, C, D, total probability, right? So this is the full set, the full universal set. Everything when you add up together, the probability must add up to 1. So, and we also know the individual probabilities of ABC, or else we know the direct addition of ABC also, right? Because they have told us the direct addition of ABC is 0.45. Either you can use that, or you can use the individual ABC value. You can write 0.1 plus 0.17 plus 0.1. You can go like that, no problem. Okay, so D equals 1 minus 0.45, which equals to 0.55. So I just found the individual probability of each region. And now I can answer the questions. Okay, so this is basically what I have done here. I have drawn the Venn diagram and marked all the information on the Venn diagram first. Okay, because they have told to draw the Venn diagram. So when you draw the Venn diagram, normally with all the given information, we find everything we can find first. And then we can move on to the questions. Okay, so this is when you do it with the Venn diagram. Okay. So part A, they are asking the probability of black hair and blue eyes. So what's the probability of having both black hair and blue eyes? It's an and, okay? Can you see? The operator is an and. It means we need to have both the conditions satisfied at once. So you need to have black hair and blue eyes. And means both needs to be there at the same time. So that is satisfied in region B. Because region B is where you have the intersection. So the people in region B have both black hair and have both blue eyes. So that is 0.17. So part B, black hair but not blue eyes. So people who have black hair but people who don't have blue eyes. I think you can say that belongs to region C, right? Because in region C you have people who have black hair, but these people, they don't belong to the blue eyes circle. So that's 0.18. Part C, neither feature. Neither feature is what? People who don't have blue eyes, people who don't have black hair. That's 0.55. Okay.
Priyan left.
All right, so we'll move on to question number 6. The Venn diagram shows the probabilities of members of a sports club taking part in various activities. A represents the event that the member takes part in archery. B represents the event that the member takes part in badminton. C represents the event that the member takes part in cricket. Okay, so there are 3 events, basically A, B, C. Given that probability of B is 0.45. So guys, this is important. Probability of B is 0.45 means that this B circle, right? So the entire probability of B circle is given to you, which means the complete value of the B circle is 0.45. Can you guys see? So this value, this figure, this circle adds up to 0.45. Okay. So they're asking you to find the value of x and y. So I think this is quite straightforward. So again, it's all done with probabilities, which means total probability must be equal to 1. And inside the circle, when you add x plus 0.1 plus 0.2. So when you add the 3 probabilities, because x, 0.1, 0.2 are all probabilities inside circle B, and this adds up to 0.45. So x plus this is 0.3, right? Equal to 0.45. So guys, I hope you understood how I made this equation. I consider the probabilities in circle B, and I know the total probability of these 3 sections must be 0.45. Agreed? So x equal 0.45 minus 0.3, which is 0.15. All right, and then moving on to part B, find y. So to find y, I think the thing is pretty clear. What we need to do is we'll go with the fact that total probability must equal to 1. So 0.35 plus the 3 regions. Okay, 0.35 plus the 3 region, x plus 0.1 plus 0.2. Instead of writing these 3 individually, I can say that the 3 of them add up to 0.45. Can you guys see? So you could write the 3 of them individually. You could write here 0.35 for this, then write x plus 0.1 plus 0.2 plus y plus 0.05 equal 1. That's completely fine. So I'm writing 0.35, and instead of writing these 3 guys who I know add up to 0.45, instead of writing the 3 of them, I write 0.45. Okay, the same thing. I hope you guys can understand. Plus y. Okay, that's this guy, 0.35 plus 0.45 plus y plus the outside part, 0.05 must be equal to 1, because I have taken all the regions. So when I take all the regions, the total probability must be equal to 1. So now what? Make y the subject. And so when you make y the subject, it's 1 minus 0.35 minus 0.45 minus 0.05. Can you guys see? I took all of these to the other side. I took all of these to the other side as a subtraction. Can you all see? So y equal 1 minus 0.35 minus 0.45 minus 0.05, so that you can give in the cal. The answer is 0.15. Okay, so I hope this is clear with everyone. Okay, so guys, we'll now attempt question number 7 in the same exercise. So the Venn diagram shows the probability that students at a junior college study certain subjects. M represents the event that the student studies mathematics. P represents the event that the student studies physics. And H represents the event that the student studies history. Okay. Given that probability of M equal probability of P. Can you see? So they are equating two probabilities. They are telling you probability of M and probability of P are equal. Find the values of P and Q. Okay, so guys, all you have to do here is what? Get the probability of maths. Okay, what's the probability of maths? The probability of m means get the m circle. So get the total probability concerning the m circle. That's 0.32 plus p. That's 0.32 plus p, right? Are you with me? Okay, then let's get the probability of physics. What's the probability of physics? So you add all of these. Can you see? Okay, so you add all of this. P plus Q plus 0.07. Can you see P plus Q plus 0.07? Because when it comes to physics, you add all the regions inside the P circle. So there are 3 regions inside P circle. So probability of P is P plus Q plus 0.07. Guys, do you agree? And then all you got to do is they say the probability of M and probability of P are equal. So probability of M is 0.32 plus P. Probability of P is P plus Q plus 0.07. Can you see? You make them equal to each other. And then the plus P, I think you can see the plus P will cancel out. Can you see? Because if I bring this plus P to the other side, it becomes minus P. Plus 1P and minus 1P will cancel out. Do you see that? Okay, because if you, this is a plus 1P and here also you have a plus 1P. Isn't it? It's a plus 1P on both the sides. So if you bring this plus 1P to the other side, it comes as minus 1P. Plus 1P minus 1P is cancelling out. So I'm directly cancelling it out directly, while over here. Okay. And then now you can see I can easily make Q the subject. I can easily make Q the subject. So that's 0.32 minus 0.07 equals to Q. Can you all see? 0.32 minus 0.07 is equal to Q. So get the Q value. So 0.32 minus 0.07 is 0.25. That's Q. Okay, is this clear? And then how do you find the probability of the P value? They ask me to find the value of P and Q both. I need both P and Q. So how do I get both P and Q? I mean, how do I get the other value now? So what I'll be doing here is, so what I can do here is we can arrange and get the total probability. Right, so we can get the total probability. So total probability is 0.32 plus P plus Q plus 0.07 plus 0.13 plus 0.1. Everything adds up to 1. Can you see? The total probability, everything adds up to 1. Can you guys see? Okay, 0.32, PQ, 0.07, 0.13, 0.1. Everything adds up to 1. So I already know the Q value. I already know the Q value. Q value is 0.25. Can you all see? Q value is 0.25. Okay, and now what do you do? Make P the subject. Make P the subject. So add all of these. Okay, add all of these. So when you add all of these, what do you get? 0.32. When you add it, 0.25, 0.07, 0.13, 0.1, it's 0.87. It's equal to 1. So P equal 1 minus 0.87. So P equals to 0.13, right? P should be equal to 0.13. Okay. So I hope this section is clear with everyone. Okay. So these are some basic ideas about probability, the Venn diagram. These are some basic things. Okay. So in the next part, we will move on to some more challenging questions with Venn diagram.